Hello and welcome to BusyWorksBeats.com. Today I'm going to try the challenge making a beat without hearing any of the beat as I'm making it. So this is going to be interesting because we're going to use a lot of music theory, a lot of numbers, and a lot of science to make this work. And this is the cool part about music theory, the way I teach it, is that I teach by number so that you can apply it. I've had a photographer who knew nothing about music theory hop on a piano and impress his clients. I've had somebody randomly out of a crowd learn how to make chords instantly. So this stuff works. It's all based on number. And I'll show you that system today. Show you how powerful it is. We call it chord codes at busyworksbeats.com/music theory. So if you don't know me, I'm Game from busyworksbeats.com. We've trained over 700,000 producers around the world. I need y'all to smash the like button and subscribe so we can help you today as well. They've gone to work with Drake, Kanye West, Post Malone, YG, Ariana Grande, Ray Sherman, French Montana, NBA Youngboy, if I didn't already say that. I feel like I'm repeating myself. But a lot of people on the Billboard. Okay. So let's start with the sounds. So here are the sounds just so you can hear what they are. Okay, so that's going to be like the chord sound. Then we have the hi-hats. The spins 808. Gotta have that one. Now for this one, yeah, I'm going to... never mind. I can't play it by hand. But here's the clap we're going to use. The Drake snare. And then another type of sound. Kind of ambient. Okay, so what I'm going to do to prevent myself from hearing any of this is turn down the mixer channels, each fader. Let's pull everything down. So now even if I play a note, I can't hear it. So this is going to be interesting. The first thing is I should have listened to the metronome first. But let's go to like 156 BPM, somewhere around there. And I'm going to start with the kicks and the snares first because that's pure number and rhythm. Did I add a kick? I forgot to add a kick. So I'm going to add one more sound because I forgot to add a kick. Thought I had it in there. But let's go to here. Here's the kick. I meant to add that. So let's add that in too. Turn that down. Okay, cool. So now we got the kick. We got the 808. There's a couple mixing things I can already tell are going to happen. Like the kick is going to clash with the 808. I don't have time to explain everything in every single video. So let's drag this into the playlist. And let's go to song mode. I guess you could hear the metronome. But if I turn off the master, then you won't be able to hear me. So the only thing I can hear is the metronome. So let's find our clap. So we're gonna put the clap on the 3 and the 7 count. So every time the metronome hits, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so that's where the clap's gonna go. Now we're gonna add bounce snares in here, which is the rim snare. So it's going to go boom, boom, clap, 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 clap. So boom, boom, clap, 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 boom, boom. So let's do it again. Tap, tap. You can even kind of read the rhythm by looking at the little orange dot that appears. Da, 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 da. Okay, so that's the bounce of the pattern here. And let's keep it that short. We don't want to make it too long. Okay, so for the hi-hats, did I have the hi-hats? Yeah, so we're just going to right-click, fill each 2 steps for hi-hats. So it's going to Now I already know, going under the wrench tool, we're going to turn up time shift a little bit so the hi-hats aren't locked perfectly to the grid. And I need the metronome. I don't think I'm going to do any hi-hat rolls, but if I did, it'd be like okay, so it's going to be right here. I want to roll. So let's omit that note and then right click, or a better way is just delete the second note so I know exactly where it starts. Right click, go to piano roll, and I want to drag this note out, hit Alt A, and then change the time multiplier and change the range. Okay, so now I have the core rhythm. Let's add this kick. I can make it bouncy by doing boom, 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 or I could just do boom, 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 or I could do boom, boom, or something like that. When you debating on the kick pattern because I don't want it to get too muddied up with the 808. So now we're going to go to pattern 2. Let's make this one unique, and we're going to change something about this. So let's maybe add like another hi-hat roll, but in a different pitch. So I'm hitting Control Shift to grab that one, and I want to add another hi-hat roll. So it's going to go let's go to pattern mode. Let's do like I sound like Cardi B. Now for this one, I want to hit shift left click so that I lower the volume. Let's go to song mode. Oh, I forgot we need the metronome, or else you're not hearing anything. Okay. So I'm debating on the kick pattern. So boom. Okay, now let's do the music. Let's go to pattern 3. Let's add this in. And I'm debating on what type of sound we're going for. So let's go for like a D minor type sound. Let's hit Alt to left click and restore the velocity if you don't hear it. Now the only thing is I don't know what the octaves sound like. So this could be too dark of an octave or it could be too bright. That's one thing I can't tell from just MIDI alone. So we're going to start with a suspended second chord. So it's going to dun 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 dun. So we're just going to go like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. And very simple, copy it over. Take the second note, hit shift up. Make it a D minor. Dun, 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 dun. And we're going to repeat this. Hit shift, left click and drag. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, you know what? Make pattern 3 a little bit longer. Dun, 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 dun. 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to change this last note to a suspended fourth. So this is why I said you can learn music theory by the numbers. We teach you chord codes at busyworksbeats.com/music theory for free, and I'll leave a link below. So for example, the way I know this is a minor chord is because it has a chord code like D and A. So it's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So a 0, 3, 7, if I play those notes in a row, I get the minor chord all the time. So that's how I know this is a minor chord. It has a certain structure to it. And suspended second has a certain structure, and suspended fourths have a certain structure to them. And I know the type of sound they create. So, you know, you get pretty powerful with these chord codes. So I already know what that sounds like. Now what I'm going to do is copy this, go to a new pattern, pattern 4, and paste it into our second melody thing. Okay, now I'm going to get rid of the top and bottom notes. Hit Control X, and then hit Control up twice, just so this is in a higher octave. Now to change it up a little bit, what I'm going to do is take these last notes. Now this is going to be a little experimentative. We're going to take these last notes and hit shift up 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this is because this creates the perfect fourth, it's called. So it's always going to work with whatever note it's playing from when you stack up the perfect fourth. And basically it's just 5 notes away from whatever note you're playing. And those will always harmonize. So I don't have to guess if they're going to work or not. Now, will it sound weird at the end? Maybe, depending on how the turnaround works. So let's grab this. And we're almost done. So now we just need to add the 808. So I'll show you a quick way to do that. Just grab your chords. Now we used basically chords in the entire. I mean, let's figure out the bottom note. I think it's D. So what we're going to do for the 808 is go to a new pattern. And we're just going to figure out where the 808 needs to be first before we get too exotic. And let's go to pattern 5. Let's go to song mode, hit play. So we wanted to, so I'm looking at the pattern first, and then I'll add the note. So boom, dun, 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 dun. So boom, dun, 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 dun. That. So dun, 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 dun. Boom, dun, 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 dun. Okay, so right click here, go to piano roll. First thing we want to do is change the bottom note to D, because that's going to be the note we use for the chords. Forgive me, I had to take a breath. Now we're going to copy this last note and hit shift up 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's going to be the perfect fourth at the end. Okay, so something like that. That should work. And the only thing I could think of, this is kind of hit or miss because I can't hear what it sounds like on the beat. But what I'll do is I'll add this plugin called Saturation Knob. I think it's still free. I'm going to pull the mix level back and just turn it on neutral mode and just turn it up a little bit. It just adds a little edge. You can even hear it on my voice. It just adds an edge to the track. And we don't, you know, I can get deeper and deeper into the science of mixing, but we're just going to add that on. I think that's going to be it. So let's hear what all this sounds like. It is either going to sound like a mess or beauty. And let's turn off my mic. So to be fair, I'm going to level this beat. Sounds super fire. Maybe I should do this more. Sounds super fire to me. That's why I said music theory is all about numbers. I literally didn't hear a thing about this track and it sounds fire. Now, one thing I did wrong was the timing of the snare, but it actually sounds cooler where it is right now. This should be one step over. But it sounds good right where it is. So that was a happy accident. This is so addicting to listen to. So I want you to try this challenge. It's actually really fun. It'll also test your music theory skills going off of pure number. So thank you for watching. Subscribe if you're new. It's Game from BusyWorksBeats.com and smash the like button too. Peace.